Hello, I am Online Gamer Richie, and this is the Guild Wars 2 beta. I want to talk about 3 points about this beta weekend event that I thought were very interesting. First off, is skill point challenges. There are several of these around the world and in each zone. Each one is different from each other, kind of. This one right here, we're actually fighting a kind of like a boss. Another one that we ran into, me and my friend, was you just talk to a guy. He gave you a book. You read the book, got a skill point. Skill points give you your utility skills. Now, you can't actually use the utility skills until level 5. That's when you get your first utility skill. The next one, I believe, was at 10. Then I think the last one is at like 20. And then your elite skill is at 30. So, that's something that's very important, and each skill costs a different amount of skill points. So, like for my ranger, the Signet of the Wild is 7 points because it is that powerful. It gives you a regen and a active ability. Dynamic events. Now, this right here is very interesting because the more people that are there, the harder the event gets. But also with that many people, it becomes easier. It's a little strange how it works, but it works really well. And depending on your participation depends on what type of reward you'll get. There are 3 different tiers of rewards. There's bronze, silver, and gold. So make sure you do as much as you can, which includes rezzing people. If you come to the event and there is someone down, before you get into the fight, start rezzing people. You'll get rewarded for that. PvP. This was the most disappointing to me. Mainly because the way they made it sound, when I was reading through the ArenaNet blogs talking about what they were planning, didn't quite mesh up with how I thought it was going to be. You do go from whatever level to 80. This is a level 2 character that you're watching right now. And as you can see, I've only got 3 skills. When you first go into the PvP area, there's like a little training area. And in that training area, you have almost every skill imaginable for your profession. So, you're there and you've got really a cool looking armor on and everything else, and you practice there. Then when you go to the next area where the world versus world and the excuse me, 1 second please. Excuse me. When you go to the next part, there is like a little area where you can go to competitions, which is like 2 versus 2, whatever, or the world versus world, and that's where I am. I'm in the world versus world versus world. So, and when you come out here, all of a sudden you only have the skills that your character has gotten up to that point. So when you're out here, if someone else has all 5 skills, you're at a disadvantage. So before you come out to do any PvP, make sure you have at least your first 5 skills maxed out. Otherwise, you're going to be at a slight disadvantage. You will see in a fight coming up that was one of the major problems, was I only had the 2 skills, or 3 skills if you count the heal. Out in this world, you're going to see mobs, because there are other dynamic events that happen, and the mobs out here can kill you if you're not paying attention. So as we're playing here, you'll see that these keeps are absolutely huge. I mean, massive. And this area is actually very, very large. There is a couple problems with the PvP, other than what I thought what they were going to do is give you all the skills, at least one of each skill, to be able to use. And that is, when you die out here, there's only one waypoint for you to go to. And that's all the way back where you started. And so let's say it took you 2 hours to get to a keep and you die and no one's there to help res you. You have to port all the way back. And so that was really, really annoying. Right now you see me fighting it's either a paladin or a warrior. I'm not sure which it is. And I've got a couple mobs on me as well. You got to remember to dodge, which is something that it takes time to get used to. At this point in time when I was playing, I just hadn't quite gotten used to that part of the game. The downstate has some very, very cool abilities to it. As you saw right there, that was mist form. It allowed me to move to avoid losing all of my hit points in the downstate, though it does not help if you've got people still whacking on you. And down goes the warrior, or guardian. And as you can see here, this is what I was talking about. There are no other respawn points other than all the way back at the beginning. And there we are, back at the beginning. Anyways, so here I am, headed back out. I went back out, and I found this group of people where they were fighting. And you can just join up with them there, and looks like they were trying to take out a caravan for an event out here. You can tell events normally because there's normally a circle around what's going on in the PvE world. So, as you can see, this fight is going on, and this is going to be the best way for anyone who is level 2 just coming out and learning how to do their battles. So, and you're going to want to use some tactics out here for your fighting. Fighting straightforward is not very easy. As you can see, we got a bunch of different professions out here. The guy using a flamethrower is an engineer. That is just one of the cooler things that engineers can do. There's a bunch of different types of pets, and you can always tell when someone is downed or their pet is down because they have this funky little thing above their heads, and when that happens, you can res those. You can even res NPCs and players and their pets. So, and that's going to be key to winning most fights, whether it is in PvE or in PvP. Okay. Now, I just wanted to say once again, the graphics are amazing. The game control was fairly good. There are still problems. This is still the beta. And I hope that they rework a lot of the things that I thought were some of their more problematic, well, let's just say more of their problem areas that need to be fixed. Like when you're grouped up and you port somewhere and you and your partner get split up. It was kind of annoying trying to figure out how to get back into the same world. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching, and as always, play the game your way. Laters.